Greetings, Earthlings. It is I, the Spooky Prince.
Welcome back to this mini walkthrough series of Evil Dead the Game. Tonight we will be conquering Chapter 4, and we will unlock your boy Pablo Simon Bolivar, one of my favourite characters from this series, most definitely my favourite support character in this game. So without further ado, let's get groovy.
Evil Dead, the game.
Chapter 4. It's not gonna let us go.
Pablo is not the kind of guy to let your friend down. Tonight, he found this note. Hey little buddy, these woods are crowded. Let's go hunting. Grab a car and meet me at my place at Fairview Campground, BYOWAA. Bring your own weapons and ammo. Your pal, Ash. Alright, first things first, you'll be happy to know that there is no time constraints on this mission. That means you can take all the time you want to loot the shit out of all these houses. And this first house holds a good few number of goodies. In particular, you're going to want to pick up this revolver right here.
This one looks good on me.
Along with all the handgun ammo you can find, and all the good stuff like the Shemp's Colas and amulets. And after we're done looting this place, you're going to want to make your way to your wee tasty car sitting out here. There are a few different guns in this place. There was lever action up the stairs on the bed, and there's a pistol right here, but trust me, all you're going to need is this revolver and a machete, which you will pick up later on. So as we make our way to the first waypoint, there will be a bunch of dudes having a party at this campsite. So what I like to do is park up a little bit close to them and then just pop some heads. It is one shot kill no matter where you shoot these guys. Don't be scared to use your ammo, there will be plenty on the way. I didn't have a chance to check a lot of houses on this run, but every house that I checked, there was tons of looting. So if you start running low on ammo, it shouldn't be hard to find some more. One of these dudes dropped a machete for me. I'm not sure if that was a random drop or not. There it is right there. So just look about the ground where all your kills are, try and find the machete, that'll come in handy. But if you don't, there'll be a blue one later on we can pick up. I'll show you where that is. Ash isn't here. No note, no clues. You know who could help me find him? El Brujo. He's got shaman knowledge. At this point of the mission, you have two options. You can run to all these markers on foot and there will be less enemies if you stay away from the roads and run through the countryside. Or you can get back to your car, prepare to face a few more enemies and get there faster. But do not worry if you fuck this car up, because like I said before, there is no time constraints. And these markers aren't really that far from each other. Now as we approach this next marker, there's going to be a bunch of enemies that spawn in. Just let loose with your revolver, or you can use your machete, it's up to you. They aren't too tough, there's not that many of them, nothing you can handle. I chose to use my machete here, just to save some ammo. and show you that it can be done. A few dodges on a well-placed machete to the face is all you need. And also keep in mind, some of these enemies can drop things like ammo and some other goodies, so just keep an eye out for that.
Oh, I learned this one from Ash. Nothing little chefs can't fix.
No, El Brujo's gone. Something's definitely going on. The amulet he gave you, he communicated through it before. Find it. After we're done cleaning house, check the ground, make sure there's no goodies lying around, like this Shem's Cola. Oh yes, just what we needed. There's a meat cleaver there. I mean, it's your preference if you want to use that, or you can stick with the machete for now. But pretty soon, you will find a blue machete. You hear a voice.
Nephew, your powers have surpassed my own. You don't need me. Find Ash's possessed hand. It will point towards Ash, because it's a hand.
Now make your way to the next marker. Don't bother going back to your car, because it's really not that far. And you can either kill these guys, there's not that many and they're not that hard, or you can stealth by, like I'm going to show you how to do here. You can safely jog past these dudes as long as they have their back turned to you. You will not alert them. And if you make your way into the back here, you will find the fabled blue machete that I told you about earlier. After you grab that, there's nothing else to loot, so just make your way to the next waypoint, which is right next to you. I think all these areas from now on out, you can stealth by, as long as you're careful and you don't run in front of these dudes. You should be fine. The other option would be just trigger the enemies and kill them all. If you find that area with a nice bottleneck, like inside a house, they're pretty easy to take out with just your machete, one at a time. And when you get to the next waypoint, you'll find Ash's hand.
It's gone. The possessed hand is not cooperating. Why aren't you chasing it?
I don't think there's much else to loot in this house, but feel free to check the surrounding area. You might find something, or just make your way to the next marker. You can do that on foot, which is safer with less enemies, providing you stay off the road, or you can go back and get your sweet ride. Totally up to you. So I managed to trigger some enemies here because I wandered onto the road like a dumbass. But there's not that many, and they are pretty weak, especially with your blue machete. So don't worry too much if you trigger them. Just keep making your way towards the objective. Be sure and come over and pick up the handgun ammo that's in this shed on your way, as that will be very useful. And from here, just run straight towards the way marker, avoiding any roads, and you should only come across a few enemies on your way. When you finally make your way to dead end, where your next marker is, there will be an elite that spawns in here. So just be careful, dodge back, shoot him in the face, or use your machete. whatever floats your boat. He isn't too hard to deal with, so watch out for these lightning attacks, and watch out for his doppelgangers. They do have very low health, so it's a good idea to take them out first. Also, feel free to use your ammo. There is a few different guns in this next house, and there is a bunch of ammo. After you've dealt with that, before you pick up your next quest objective, be sure to loot the shit out of this place. You will find multiple different guns, a ton of ammo, and some other goodies like health.
Ash's possessed hand is pointing towards a gas station. That must be where Ash is. Possessed hands never lie.
Now just make your way towards the next waypoint. There may be a few enemies hiding in the woods here, so just keep an eye out for that. It shouldn't give you too much trouble. Now when we get to the gas station, there will be some signs to say that you can stealth through this area also. If you just wait at this corner here, there will be a dude on patrol that will come back and forth. And as long as you move when his back is turned to you, he will not spot you. Hey little buddy, I'm not doing so good. We gotta get out of here.
Hey buddies, you don't have to save me, but your life's gonna be a lot easier if you do.
The car's outside, but it's out of gas. Go find some, and don't get killed. I recommend exiting the gas station the same way you came in, unless you want to trigger a few elites that are ready to bite your face off. And just be careful when you come back out, because that dude on patrol might just be facing you. And he is actually quite tough compared to all the other enemies you've faced so far.
That'll keep me on my feet for a while.
Now when you get to the top of this hill, there is a few enemies that you might trigger. I'm guessing if you go all the way to the right and go around the long way, you might not trigger them. But there's only about 4 or 5, and nothing you can't handle. As you approach this next waypoint, you will get another sign to say you can stealth through this area, and I highly recommend that you do, because there's a ton of enemies in here, and it can be quite tough if you choose to take them all on. Plus, it's faster and more fun just to stealth through. All you have to do is just follow the path that I go here. I did only notice maybe 3 patrols that you have to look out for, really, because they do turn and walk back and forth quite often, but everybody else doesn't really move. And if you go this way, you should be totally fine. You will see me stopping and walking a lot, but you don't really have to do that. I was just being apprehensive, let's say. This was actually my first attempt at this mission, so I do apologise if it's quite slow getting through this area and if I'm exploring a little bit, because I was just trying to work it out and figure out all the enemy placements. The first patrol to be on the lookout for is when you get to these red barrels, you'll be on its right, and just make sure you is walking the opposite way before you make your move. The path to go will be to the container just to the right. You have to go past there. There is enemies all the way around here, so that's the only way you can go through this bit. There's actually nothing in these cubicles, but I just liked to have a look, just in case. Now the waypoint is just down here to the left, and then take a right. After you pick up the gas can in your health, just retrace your steps all the way back round. Go exactly the way you came, and just be careful for that one patrol. As you can see, I'm just having a look just to see if there's any other exits. I didn't see any, so we'll go back the way I came. Now the patrol is just to the right as you go back through this area. Just be careful, make sure he's definitely going the other way. I was a little bit risky there, but it worked and paid off. And if you've made it this far, you're basically home free. Just hug the wall to your left, and you shouldn't have any problems. And now you can haul ass to the next objective. I did find one enemy on the way back here, but that was it. Nothing you can handle.
Yo soy el brujo especial.
Be sure to loot this shed before you pick up the objective, as there will be one last battle before you can escape. As you get closer to the objective up here, there might be two enemies that are trying to ambush you, so just be ready for that. So just keep in mind that when you get to this quest objective, there will be a boss that spawns in as soon as you pick it up. So just prepare, make sure your gun's loaded, your health's up, if you've got an amulet use it, and then prepare to fight. A good tactic is to use those red tankers for cover if you're not good at dodging his attacks. you can just wait till he's attacked and then pop your head out, shoot him, and then go back behind the barrels if you can. But if you're good at dodging, just make sure you dodge left or right and then take a shot or two. You shouldn't be too hard to kill. You should have tons of ammo left. So don't be shy. Shoot him till he dies. So if you've got to this point, congratulations. The rest of this mission is very easy.
So thirsty.
All you have to do is get to the car, drive off, and try your best not to crash. There is a few enemies on the road. You can knock them down without worrying about your car health. So feel free to make some roadkill on your way. And with that, it is
Mission accomplished.
you saved the prophesized one and got away in a sweet ride. Time to go somewhere warm. Maybe Jacksonville. And now you can enjoy your tasty rewards. You unlock a character. Your boy, Pablo Simon Bolivar. And I'll be recording in the last mission without DLC. Thank yous all for joining me. I hope this helps somebody out there. I'm sorry this video was so long, but I thought it was fun to edit my first playthrough of this mission, because it was successful. But remember, stay free, stay groovy, but most importantly,
Stay.